My husband and I made the decision for him to go to aeronautical school in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And at the time, our oldest was 7 months old, and he moved out there to go to school. And we thought that I and Reese would follow shortly after. And our house never sold. In the year and a half that he was out there in school, it never sold. So we lived apart for that year and a half, seeing each other on the weekends, which was hard with an infant. Our house finally sold in August. He graduated in August. We had a preliminary job offer with American Eagle Airlines. And then September 11th happened. The bottom fell out of the airline industry. His job offer was rescinded, and so there we were with a small child, no house, no job, and no job offers. That was a very trying time. We were wondering why God had led us in that direction whenever all of that was just going to happen.
Divine Detours really drills down to one key, for me, one key fundamental basis, and that is that you wake up every morning and you say yes to God.
I'm a very typical type A person. I feel like if I follow all the rules and do X, Y, and Z, then this will be the result. I've come to realize that life's not a tidy little package like that.
That's the hard part, is saying yes to God every day. But you do it because you know that His plan for you is so much better than your own plan for you.
I got snowballed with a whole bunch of things, happening in my life at the same time. I wanted to blame it on God like a child would blame it on their parent, because I figured, if He's the one in control, why is all this happening?
I'm just struggling for where I'm going to grab hold to whatever floats by, or I'm going to let God guide me.
Now that I've had the most important things in my life taken from me, I understand that I had it all wrong. I'm supposed to love my wife like God loves the church, and I'm supposed to glorify God in everything, the good and the bad. For the longest, my blaming God stopped me from that.
In all that fear and what I was fearing the most, I was completely taking faith and trust out of the equation. If I did this, then God would do this, and then this would be how my life would turn out, was completely removing faith and trust. And that is the basis of God's promise to us. We have to trust.
Picture the potter's wheel and the lump of clay, and the lump of clay's not going anywhere. It's not moving and running around and looking for something else to go do or grab onto or make itself better or prettier or more effective. It's just sitting there, waiting to be molded. But if it wasn't sitting there, it would lose that impact of being molded by God's hands. So I kind of picture all of this being that opportunity to be molded like that.
In February the next year, the airline industry started picking back up. Ryan's job offer came back through, and we packed up and moved to Bangor, Maine. So that ended up being a very trying time, a very hard time, but probably one of the best things that we ever did.
I am right now on the path of change, big change in my life, and I'm accepting it gratefully. And I have learned to ask Christ when I need Him, that He be there and be there for me and to help me get through this part.
There's a big world out there that I have no control over. The only person I have control over is myself, and to be honest, that scares me.